Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you my rendition of the smashed can project. I'm going to use 3 separate cans and I'm crimping it right at the seam. I'm just starting to crimp it because it's easier to smash with the hammer once you get that started. And I'm using a rubber mallet here. I did get this from Dollar Tree, believe it or not. And once I get these kind of smashed down, I do more off camera. I just get it started here. So I'm just smashing them with the hammer, and then once I get that done, I'm going to start painting them. So for the first two, there's the small ones, I'm going to be using a maroon color and orange, and I'm just going to give them a good coat of paint on all the sides and then put them aside. For the bigger one, I'm going to cover it with this amazing already weathered scrapbook paper. I cut it and I knew it wasn't going to reach all the way around, so I just grabbed the other piece of scrapbook paper and cut a little strip. And then I'm just going to be starting with the strip to put this on the can with some Mod Podge. So whenever you're using a surface like this, it's going to be a little more tedious to get the paper onto the surface because of all the ridges and the uneven surface. So if you're new to this, you might want to start with something flat and even. But if you're seasoned and feel comfortable, this is really an amazing outcome. I love the way this looks. I don't know that I've seen anybody put scrapbook paper on these cans. Maybe they have, but I haven't seen anybody do pumpkin. This is what we're making here today. So I'm just carefully in small sections putting these on so I could smooth everything down before I move on. And as I go, I'm really pushing the paper down into the ridges because I want them to show. And once I finally get the whole can covered, I am going to cut off the excess at the bottom, and then I'm going to take some more Mod Podge and put that on the top to seal it in. But this is where I'm really going to be rubbing the paper into the ridges because I want those ridges to show to make it extra special and cute. And this is how it turned out. I love it. And then when I put that aside to dry, I'm just going to give the other two a second coat of paint, and then followed by a top layer of Mod Podge just to seal that paint in because we're going to be stenciling some of these. Okay, so once those were dry, I put some weathering with some antique wax. And I really, really like the way that turned out. Made them kind of dirty and weathered. Love it. Okay, now it's time to put some decorations on these pumpkins. So I have these stencils from Michael's in my stash, and this one says thankful. So I thought white would show up really well on this, and it does, but I'm just using a chippy brush to put the paint down in there. This is a sticky stencil and I love it, but I don't know, I just felt like you couldn't see it very well. So I cleaned my stencil off, I put it right back on the project, and then went over it in black. And y'all, the jury is still out on whether this was any better. So y'all be the judge. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. So anyway, for the second can, the middle one, the one that's maroon, I put the word gather on that, and I used white paint, and I think this showed up perfect. I love that. And then for the smaller one, I didn't have a stencil, so I just spelled out the word blessed with some beads and decided to be a little creative here and put that just as a little garland on it. And I really like this idea a lot. So after that, I am going to be stuffing them with some florals. Not really florals, but the stem of the pumpkin. So first I have to put the floral foam in there, and I'm just cutting it down to size. And once I get all of them done, I found a branch outside and my husband used the saw to cut it. And I'm just shoving it down into the floral foam and then sealing it with some hot glue to make sure it stays. And then I just found some fall leaves in my stash and added those to each one. And I repeat this process for all three of the pumpkins. And I love the result so much. This was so easy to do. It did take a lot of steps, but once I got all of the stems and florals on, I grabbed my raffia and I used the orangey one for the big one and then the natural color for the other two. But for the small one, I mixed it just to change it up a little bit. I love how these turn out so much. And then I just took some jute rope, a thicker one for the big one and then a thinner one for the other two. And I love the result. Guys, let me know what you think about this project and if you've seen a smash can pumpkin before. I think maybe I'm the first one. I don't know, but I know it's early for fall, but y'all let me know what you think. Leave me a comment. Be sure to sprinkle this around for everybody else to get inspired by. Hopefully you were inspired. I've missed you the last couple of days, but I've been helping someone with their wedding, and it turned out so successful and beautiful. So I will be posting more often. Let me know if you have anything in mind that you'd like to see. Oh, here's another way you can display these. If you don't want to hang them, you can grab one of those crates from Dollar Tree and turn it on its side and stick the can down into the slot. It's a great holder. And then just lean the other two up against the crate and decorate it this way. Isn't this cute? I love this idea. I'll probably be displaying it this way for my home come fall. Okay, guys, I hope you have an awesome day. Come back soon. Love you guys. Bye-bye.